You just checked your phone. Maybe you don't remember doing it. Your hand moved before your thoughts did. The screen lit up, your eyes scanned it, nothing was there, and you put it back down. You've done this hundreds of times today, and you'll do it hundreds more. You probably think this is a modern problem, a glitch of the smartphone age, a bad habit you could break if you just had more discipline, but the real answer is far stranger. That pull you feel toward your phone is older than the phone. Older than the internet, older than electricity, writing, farming, and fire. The thing reaching for that glowing rectangle in your pocket was built on a savanna hundreds of thousands of years ago to do one job that had nothing to do with screens: to scan. Picture your ancestor, not a caveman in a cartoon, a real human being standing in tall grass under an enormous sky, alive maybe 200,000 years ago. Their survival depended on one thing above all others: noticing change, a rustle in the grass, a shadow that moved wrong, a shape on the horizon that wasn't there a moment ago. The humans who noticed change lived. The ones who didn't became food. So your brain evolved a deep, automatic hunger for new information. Scientists call it the orienting response. The instant something in your environment changes, your attention snaps toward it before you can decide whether to look. You don't choose it, it chooses you. This was a gift. For almost all of human history, new information was rare and almost always useful. A new sound meant something had arrived. A new face meant news from another group. New information was survival, mating, food, danger. Your brain learned to treat novelty as a reward, and it built a chemical system to make sure you chased it. That chemical is dopamine. Most people think dopamine is the pleasure chemical. It isn't. The neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz spent years recording the brains of primates, and what he found rewrote how we understand desire. Dopamine doesn't spike when you get a reward. It spikes when you anticipate one. It is the chemistry of wanting, not having. Of almost not yet. And here is the part that explains your entire day. Dopamine fires hardest not when a reward is certain, but when it is unpredictable. Schultz found that an animal who learns a reward might come, but isn't sure, produces far more dopamine than one who knows exactly what's coming. Uncertainty is the accelerant. The maybe is the hook. Now look at your phone. Every time you check it, you don't know what you'll find. Maybe nothing. Maybe a message from someone you love. Maybe news. Maybe a photo, a like, a comment, a small spark of connection. You don't know. And that not knowing is exactly the trigger your brain spent 200,000 years learning to obey. Your phone is a savanna that never stops rustling. The psychologist B.F. Skinner discovered the mechanism for this long before smartphones existed. He put animals in a box with a lever. When the lever gave food every single time, the animals pressed it calmly, only when hungry. But when he made the reward random, sometimes food, sometimes nothing, something changed. The animals pressed the lever compulsively, over and over. They couldn't stop. He called it a variable ratio schedule. It is the most powerful pattern of reward ever discovered. It is what makes slot machines the most profitable machines ever built. And it is almost exactly the design of the notification. You are pulling a lever. You have been pulling it all day. But this isn't really a story about manipulation. It's a story about a mismatch. Your brain was tuned for a world where new information was scarce, where a day might bring 3 or 4 genuinely new things, and each one mattered. That brain, unchanged, now lives in a world that produces more new information in a single minute than your ancestors encountered in a year. The hunger is the same. The supply has become infinite. Think about what that means. The instinct that once told you a predator was near now fires when a red dot appears on an app. The same circuitry, the same chemical, the same ancient certainty that this new thing might matter. Your body doesn't know the difference between a rustle in the grass and a buzz in your pocket. To the oldest parts of your mind, they are identical. So you scan and scan. and scan. There's a researcher named Adam Alter who studies this, and he points out something unsettling. The people who design these products often refuse to use them. The engineers building the feeds keep their own children away from the screens. They understand what they've made. They've taken the oldest reward system in the human brain and wired it to a device you carry every waking moment. A device that refreshes faster than you can ever feel satisfied. Because satisfaction was never the point. Not for evolution, and not for the machine. Remember, dopamine is the chemistry of wanting, not having. It is designed to never be filled. Your ancestors who felt permanently satisfied stopped scanning, stopped searching, stopped surviving. The restlessness was the feature. The itch that never quite goes away is the very thing that kept your bloodline alive across thousands of generations. You inherited that itch. You're feeling it right now. So what do you do with this? You can't delete 200,000 years of evolution. You can't discipline your way out of your own nervous system. But you can understand what's happening, and understanding changes the experience. The next time your hand drifts toward your pocket and you feel that quiet pull, you can recognize it for what it actually is. Not weakness, not a character flaw, an ancient survival instinct doing exactly what it was built to do in a world it was never built for. That awareness is a kind of freedom. Not the freedom to never feel the pull, but the freedom to feel it and not always obey. To notice the rustle in the grass and decide, this time, not to look. Because here's the truth, underneath all of it. The grass isn't moving, there's no predator, there's no message that will change your life waiting behind that glass. There is only an old, faithful instinct, still standing in the tall grass of a world that disappeared long ago, still scanning a horizon that isn't there. And you, the modern human holding the phone, are the only one who can see both worlds at once. So the next time you reach for it without thinking, pause for just a breath. Feel the pull. Name it. And remember that the most human thing about you is not the device in your hand. It's the 200,000-year-old hunger that made you pick it up. You just checked your phone. Now you finally know who was really reaching.